can't really tell if he's talking about the criminals or if he's talking about the politicians, but then again, when I think about it, same thing. Okay, so today we have another stellar example showing how gun control works, or at least that's what some people are going to look at this as. But if you look at what New York City Mayor Adams says, it seems like it's a complete and absolute failure of the entire system. Let's watch that video. Before we do though, I want to say thank you to Route 66 Shooting Sport Park. They are a range down in San Bernardino, California. If you're looking to get any training, they do a ton. They also have a ton of guest instructors. I took a class with Mike Glover. I highly recommend you checking out Route 66 if you are in the area of San Bernardino, California. Thank you, Route 66.
If you take that one example, you'll see the failure of all those rivers. The flow of guns here, the ghost gun.
Okay, look, I mean, he's got to get it right out of the way. You have to blame guns as the root cause of the issue first. If you don't, you will be torn alive by the other Democrats who want to push gun control. So, got to get it out of the way. Oh, it's all the other states' problems. It's all the other places that don't have gun control, which is why the place with extreme gun control is failing to control the guns. And then it's the ghost guns because, oh, we can't get a hold of it. We can't track these guns. Newsflash, buddy, you can't track them anyway. There is no way to track a ghost gun. Therefore, you can't know if people have these things already. And with as many as have been sold, how do you plan on tracking these down? I don't know.
Repeated offender that made his mind up that he is going to create violence in our city.
So yeah, you have these people who are dangerous, violent, on multiple occasions have been involved with and arrested for murders. These people do not care about gun control. These people do not care about magazine capacities. Well, actually, it seems like this one guy did. I don't know if this guy was intentionally doing it or not, but while he was out there doing murders, he was mindful that New York does have a magazine capacity, and he only loaded his mags with 7 rounds plus 1 in the chamber. He was thinking of the children right there. These people don't care about gun control. These people, obviously, this guy was walking around. He's a gang member. This is a gang member that has been involved in numerous attempted shootings and other violent crimes and is back on the street carrying a gun. Meanwhile, if you want to get a gun in New York City, you're going to have to jump through so many hoops. No human's legs can jump that high or that many times. But yeah, let's make more gun control the solution.
That individual has a total disregard for any of us.
Of course. These people don't care about you, but you know who else doesn't actually care but pretends to care? People that push gun control. Time and time again, we see people who are simultaneously soft on crime, want to reduce police budgets, want to make it impossible for you to protect yourself or have any legal means of protecting yourself, because in New York City, the process to get a concealed carry weapons permit is so insane that the Supreme Court is actually taking up a New York City carry case. The Supreme Court is actually doing something about guns. They're actually taking up a case because New York City is so insane that it is impossible for anyone to realistically, legally carry a firearm. And the people that don't care about your life are not just the criminals. It's the politicians and the people that vote for gun control.
And we continuously put them back on our streets and say, we're going to wait until you kill not one person, individual, but several.
If you got that segment out of context, you might be wondering, what the heck is he talking about? Well, it's because this guy has been involved in attempted murders and shootings and is continuously let out on bail. He's got multiple charges against him and he's out on bail. This guy has proven that he is a danger to himself, maybe not himself, but at the very least a danger to others. And they're saying, yeah, here's a $5,000 bail for one of these other crimes that you did. No biggie, go back out there. Feel free. We know that you're going to commit crimes. Even if the cops can arrest him, it doesn't matter because they just let him go.
This is the poster child of a failing system of a small number of people who have made up their minds. We are going to be dangerous in this city, and we could care less of what you do.
I can't really tell if he's talking about the criminals or if he's talking about the politicians, but then again, when I think about it, same thing. These politicians want you to have to deal with people like this. And I mean that very seriously. People are making it so that these kinds of criminals can get back out on the streets. People who have been shown to be violent and dangerous, they want to allow them to get back on the streets with no bail. They want them to be freely running around, and they want you to have no means of legally protecting yourself. So you have to make the choice. Do you get caught with it, or do you get caught without it? Do you want to get caught with it by the police, or do you want to get caught lacking by some dude who just wants to shoot you because of what you might have in your pockets? Well, if the thing you have in your pocket is a gun, maybe you will have the means to protect yourself. But the situation you're put in is artificially created in a way that is forcing you to deal with more criminals than you should, because the police have shown that they have the ability to arrest these people. They're showing that in this instance, they initiated a new gun task force. They're going to treat guns the same way they did drugs. And we all saw how that worked out. Congratulations to the drugs for winning the war on drugs. But they're putting more police out there. But it doesn't matter. Even if you can get gun task force out there, the reason on the very first day, within hours of them initiating this program of having police wander the streets looking for people that might be carrying guns and stuff like that, is because they saw the dude that they have probably arrested multiple times. They saw that guy and said, that guy's probably doing some shit. They see him doing some stuff that allows them to have a probable cause to stop him. They stop him. Oh, and then what do they find? They find a P80 with 8 rounds in it because he was willing to break the ghost gun laws in New York. He was willing to break the concealed carry laws in New York. He was shown to be allegedly willing to commit assault and murder, but he wasn't willing to break the New York Safe Act magazine capacity, which I believe now you can actually load to 10 rounds. If you're from New York, correct me. I believe at a certain point you can only put 7 rounds in your 10-round mags, but then they said that's insane and ridiculous, and now you can put 10 rounds in your mags. Maybe he didn't get the memo. Somebody should tell this guy, once they let him out on bail again, that he can actually load that gun in his illegal ghost gun that he's carrying unlawfully. He can actually load that to 10 if he wants to. So this kind of situation is just ridiculous. It's things that people shouldn't have to deal with, and they shouldn't have to deal with unarmed. I'm not saying that I want to live in a world where you need to carry a gun, but I'd rather not live in a world where you need to carry a gun and can't legally do it. Because many people aren't willing to take that risk of getting caught with it. Because the odds of needing a gun, pretty low. The odds of getting stopped by a police officer, depending on who you are, where you are, and what kind of stuff you do when you're out at night and that kind of thing. So a lot of people kind of weigh that and think, okay, well, maybe I'm more likely to get stopped by the cops than I am to need a firearm to protect myself, and they make those choices for themselves. But in these kinds of situations, it's just unfortunate that the choice has to be made at all. People should be able to protect themselves, but unfortunately, it's like it's politicians and people who vote in states like New York and California that don't want you to be well armed. They want you to be mismatched because they think that what they're doing is going to keep you safe, because they feel safe with the idea of guns being illegal. But guns don't just go away when you make them illegal. This is perfect proof of it. This gun control doesn't work. Just because they have more cops out, it doesn't even matter. Because even if they can get these cops out there to have a war on guns, this guy's just going to be out on bail again. Let me know what you guys think down below. You guys know the drill. Have fun, be safe, stay dangerous. Peace.